Hey, Andrew from Media Award, back with another Doctor Who weekly review, and this episode is called The Power of Three. Now, what did I think of this episode? Yeah, I actually quite liked it. I thought it was a good episode. I felt it wasn't as strong as some of the previous episodes, but still a pretty good episode overall, and for reasons which I'm going to explain within this review, and kind of give my reasons why I think this episode was done in a certain way. It's going to be a bare bones review again, due to the fact of BBC copyright laws. I won't be showing any footage within this review, unfortunately, but hopefully enjoy the review anyway. I'm going to talk about the storyline, talk about the characters, the genre, anything that's important to mention, talk about this episode. So let's talk about The Power of Three. The story for The Power of Three is a very simple premise where these kind of mystery cube boxes appear all over the world in the hundreds and thousands. We don't know why they're there, don't know what they're for. They just randomly appeared overnight. And basically the human race is like, huh? What the heck has just happened? You know, is this an invasion? Is this extraterrestrial? What is this? And we don't know for a good portion of the episode. And we find out later on certain things will happen. And also this episode is more of a drama episode. This is more focused on Amy and Rory and who they are, and the Doctor and certain other characters within the episode, and their kind of day-to-day life versus the kind of the Doctor world, in a sense, the adventure world. So it kind of plays off between those kind of two worlds that Amy and Rory has, you know, the life of the Doctor and life of, you know, ordinary life, you know, more life with jobs and stuff. And that's what this episode is mainly about. It's got this kind of main backstory of this kind of mystery cubes idea kind of thing, but at the same time it's more of a drama in the sense of focusing on these companions and who they are, and you know what kind of points they are at this kind of point in time, and what kind of relationships they have with the Doctor. And it's very interesting. Now this episode I like to refer as the budget episode. Now we've had kind of similar ideas with the past episodes. You just get a very simple premise and you have a very low budget, not too much special effects, just a very simple kind of main character drama episode, just focus on the characters, very similar to season 6 with I think it was with Amy trapped in some sort of this kind of a time loop in a sense. You know, she's met like an older version of her, like a warrior version, and the same within season 4 when the Doctor got stuck on this kind of planet Midnight. Yeah, we got stuck on this kind of a train car kind of thing, you know, just a group of people and just bouncing off each other. Now most budget episodes actually are pretty good, and they reflect these characters in a way we hadn't seen before. You know, we show aspects of them, or we show them where they are at this point, and you know, and it's very interesting. And this episode is clearly a budget episode, and I think it was done well. I think it was interesting. I think it was good. I think it was a pretty good episode. It wasn't as strong as past episodes because they had more action, they had more of a kind of an interesting, more storylines, but still a good episode. I thought I still enjoyed it, I still liked it, and I definitely would watch it again. Still a pretty good strong season, I can tell you that for sure. And the storyline I felt was yeah, it was okay. It wasn't, you know, made something special. I felt it was good, the fact we got to see Amy and Rory and kind of show their kind of side, you know, where they are between the Doctor and their kind of ordinary life. I like that aspect of it, and I like the Doctor in this episode. He's really funny. I like Amy and Rory. You got Rory's dad back again in this episode, and he's really funny also. And I like the fact we get to see UNIT back in this episode, which is really good. We haven't seen UNIT a good while. I think at least 2 seasons we haven't seen them in a while, since the events of the specials. That's the last time we saw them, and they've kind of changed and evolved since then. And it's very interesting. I like to see them back, and it's good to see a kind of a modern day back to Earth, and to see where these kind of organisations are, like, you know, like Torchwood and UNIT and stuff. So very interesting overall. The actual kind of like the so-called alien invasion in a sense, or whatever, I felt was just a very kind of one-noted type of idea. You know, it wasn't anything particularly special. It was interesting, I will admit that. I like the idea of this kind of random cue boxes and just they're just there kind of thing. You know, interesting, but I felt it kind of lacked in some areas. But I didn't really mind it because, you know, I was laughing at what the Doctor was doing, you know, I was enjoying the drama moments with Amy and Rory. You know, this is going to be the second to last episode before they kind of leave the show, so it makes sense they would do this type of episode, just to say, like, you know, where are these people, where are they now kind of thing. I like it. I like the aspects of the characterizations, I like the drama and all that stuff. So in that respect, I really enjoyed it. The actual alien invasion plot I felt was a bit weak, and, you know, wasn't anything special, but still entertaining, still enjoyable. You know, it keeps you going, keeps you thinking, guessing, you know, and people can't complain, well, it's just a boring episode. Well, I don't think it was boring myself. I thought it was very interesting, and I felt, you know, it did deliver some pretty interesting ideas. But, you know, the episode is what it is at the end of the day. So storyline I felt was pretty good, but it kind of lacked on the alien invasion type part. Now, I like the idea of these kind of cube type balls, in a sense, you know, kind of just being there and that stuff in months and stuff. But I like how the episode was done. Like, I like the direction work. I like the kind of the it goes to 6 months at a time. The Doctor just disappears and comes back 6 months later, kind of thing. And the Doctor's really funny in this episode. And I think he's realizing that Amy and Rory, they kind of want to stay in this ordinary life. Then they want to leave the Doctor, and it goes back to the idea of previous episodes. Within the end of season 4, the Doctor realizes he's back to being alone again. He's back to just traveling alone, and it's the idea he knows he's losing them in a sense. He knows they're going to one day say we don't want to do this anymore, and I think he's learned from his past mistakes. That's what I like about season 6, when he just drops them off, with a new car, a new house and stuff. And kind of separates them from a little bit, because one day they are going to get killed. They are going to get you're going to hate the Doctor for some reason. If you look at past companions, past ones, there's been so much heartbreak, so much loss and stuff, and I think he just doesn't want it again. He just does not want that kind of heartbreak, and he wants them to lead a good life, but at the same time he misses them. And I think it's really interesting for the Doctor, because again he's back to that kind of the lonely Doctor again. He needs these kind of people, he needs companions in his life. And I like the idea that Amy and Rory are thinking about leaving him. And spoiler alert if you haven't seen this episode, and we're mentioning the spoilers here, they decide to go back with him kind of at the end of the episode and just say okay, we've realised that we will accept you in part of our world, and they like it just as much as the Doctor does. So they join back in again, and they go start their adventures and stuff, which is fun. It's always good. And I suppose if a mystery person from another world and stuff offered you time and space, adventures, saving worlds, galaxies, and it's going to be pretty tempting. And ordinary life is going to be hard to go back to. And we've seen other companions do that in a sense. With Rose Tyler just wanting constantly to live with the Doctor in a sense, and never coming back home. I like the idea of that. And we get a similar aspect of this, and it's done quite well. The actual alien invasion type of Q things I thought was a clever idea. I like the idea of Q's appearing out of nowhere and just don't know what they are and stuff. And it was just a very simple idea. The actual idea there's kind of this pest control, outer space, whatever they were. I didn't really understand what they completely were. Saying they saw humanity, and they said the human race is going to increase and grow throughout the universe, and they plan to stop them, right to the core. And I felt it was a bit there's no real motivation, to be honest. With an alien invasion, I always felt some sort of reasoning, some sort of an actual purpose for the Daleks want to invade because they want to just want slave race. There's been some pretty good reasons for it, Centaurans, they want to convert the planet into a kind of another kind of clone world in a sense. There's been some really good episodes and invasion type episodes you've had in past seasons. This one was we're going to get rid of the human race because they're becoming too much of a pest in the future. Really? I didn't really, I didn't like the idea of how easily you managed to defeat, really defeat that ship, and done. I know the Doctor does that sometimes, but he does it in a certain way, which is pretty cool. Or he presses a certain button, or he kind of tricks them into doing something in a certain way. And with this one, I felt it was just a bit very quick and very easy kind of thing. But still interesting, still good. I still liked it. I thought it was funny and all that stuff. I liked UNIT back in this episode. I liked the kind of the new uniforms, kind of squat uniforms. I thought that's awesome. I like the idea they had Brigadier's daughter in this episode. She's part of the science division, all that stuff of UNIT, and they kind of units change into more of a kind of science media type base, which is interesting. It's less military, it's more science fiction and stuff, which is interesting. I like the idea of that, and I like the idea that's his daughter is kind of taking on the unit role and stuff. I like the idea of that. It's clever because as we all know, that Brigadier, in real life he died a couple of years back, and it was mentioned at the end of season 6 that the actual character died in Doctor Who, which I thought was a really sad tribute. And I thought it was a good kind of yes, even though you're gone, you were still part of the Doctor Who universe, we still respect you, we're still going to carry your legacy on. That's really fantastic. The person played Brigadier. He's been in the show since the 60s. He played a different character in the first kind of seasons. With William Hartnell, but he became part of Brigadier Stewart within the Patrick Stewart era of the seasons. So it's nice to have a bit of a tribute. Nice to be able to yes, we haven't forgot about you, we never will, kind of thing. And I like the idea of that. So characters I thought fantastic. This is more of a drama episode, like I said. Very funny, very interesting. I like the dialogue. I like the adventures and stuff. So it's a really good episode, and I think it's just some of their best performances yet. Just to see where they are at this kind of point are, and they've changed and they've grown up and all that type of stuff. So yeah, the character-wise, I thought it was really great, really funny, and really well done. Doctor's hilarious, of course. You know, the one heart joke, and you know, the kind of the one-liners he does. I thought was really, really funny. And I love the fact he's bored so easily because he's the man on the move kind of thing. I love the idea of that. So yeah, pretty good episode overall. I quite enjoyed it. So yeah, Power 3 is of course the title is called the Power 3, and it's the idea at the end of the episode. You know, the Power 3, they can do whatever they want. You know, the 3 minds together, they can accomplish anything. I like the idea of that, and it's kind of a good statement at the end of the episode. So I'm going to give the Power 3 a stamp of approval. So that's been the Power 3 review. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Did you like the episode? Did you think it was weak? Did you think it was the best episode of the season? I don't know. What is your favourite budget episode? That's something like in the Doctor Who world of the new seasons. What is your favourite budget episode you thought was really good? Love to know. Comment down below. Love to have a discussion based upon it. I'm really looking forward to the last episode next week, which is The Angels of Manhattan. That's going to be the last episode, well, part 1 of the series. Then after that will be the Christmas special, of course, the Christmas Day. And yeah, it's gone really, really fast this month has, and you know, Doctor Who's next week is in the last episode of part 1 of the series, and then we'll have to wait until another year to the rest of the series and the 50th anniversary special. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So until next time, this is Andrew from MediaWorld from Gwen TV, signing out.